You were a star performing financial advisor, and I know we've talked about that leading up to today's podcast. What changed?
Well, it's interesting. I loved being a financial advisor. I loved helping people and building relationships. And I was lucky enough to, over the time, work school hours so I could be there for my children in the afternoon. And that worked really well. However, me being the high achiever, I would always be, doing or performing as well as the employees that were working on my team working full time. So you just kind of keep doing it, right? And I
Mm,
think what in the lead up to what changed is the financial planning industry has had a lot of change. So we had the Royal Commission, and that kind of led to increased compliance burdens. There's always legislation changes to keep up with. And then the organization has its own compliance that you have to meet as well. And the organization that I worked for was great. I loved it. I was there for 14 and a half years. I was in the industry. And then COVID hit. I'd sort of got the financial planner of the year within my organization, and COVID hit. So we were at home. And before you know it, you're kind of working longer hours. You're starting earlier
mm,
because there's no commute. You're finishing later. It's sort of 6 o'clock. Oh, I'll just get this done. And before you know it, I was sort of dreaming about work and I wasn't switching off. And I've
mm,
also loved being around people. So I was really missing my team. So I was my own worst enemy as well,
mm,
as
mm,
workload increasing. But what I did come to realize is that it wasn't how I wanted to serve clients. So there was a mismatch in values. And that is one of the contributors to burnout as well. So workload,
yeah.
mismatch in values, and my pressure on myself. So I just kept pushing. I started to get symptoms, and those signs and signals showed up. I had sleep disturbances. I was really fatigued. Normally I'd get out of bed, I'd do some yoga. My husband and I would go walking the dogs. I wasn't able to do that. I was bursting into
Mm,
tears before work.